Greetings, important update. We are going to show today attesting any resource, any identity resource, including your HR file, and then use YouAttest to update the IAM managers. That's like Azure AD Okta, and then auto-delegate from YouAttest for an access review. Greetings, Garrett Grayjack, CEO of YouAttest, and
Kashif Mahmood, Director of Field Services.
Yeah, we like to use these Audit Tuesday videos to help the identity and the compliance world understand how YouAttest is helping making life easier through new features and functionality. This week, we're going to have Kashif show a demo of how we helped a customer in a pretty complex problem. That is, their IAM managers were out of sync with their HR, and then they need to do an attestation of a resource. Okay, that's the summary. Kashif, why don't you take it away and show how we did this?
Sure. So as Garrett mentioned, the problem at hand was there was a siloed resource, let's say it's Salesforce application that was not connected to their IAM, and they wanted to do the attestation of the users that were part of that application. And they were trying to compare the HR results, showing the managers on one side and then comparing that CSV from Salesforce on the other, and finding out who's the manager and who's reporting to which manager on that Excel sheet from HR. So what we did, we actually took that CSV file, and let me show you what we did. Let me just go ahead and create a CSV audit, thinking that this is going to be coming from Salesforce, and I'll just name it manager. Let's say, just so we can easily remember what we're doing. And I'll just go ahead and select the date when this audit is due and choose that CSV file I got from that siloed application right here. And we uploaded that file by going to, mapping those fields that we find on YouAttest side of things, and then whatever headers there were on the CSV that we got from that application. So we have saved here as a template. So I'm just going to go ahead and populate that automatically instead of doing one by one. And I'm going to select the manager's email. If it's there on the CSV, it will come up. If not, then this is what we are targeting to achieve from this campaign. We will pull the manager's email, whoever is the latest or recent manager of that user ID. We'll just go ahead and click Create Audit. Let me just refresh that. Okay, so it shows me we have 4 unique users in this campaign. Now you see the user email ID is here. You can see the username, you can see the user email, but in terms of when you look at the user's manager, the field is empty in 3 of these for 3 of these users. But one of the users, Tahir, has 1 manager in Salesforce, which we don't know if that exists today or it has changed in the recent months. So we're just gonna find that out. So please note that these fields are empty, and this field for Tahir says ggrayjack@alphatechpk.com. So see if that changes. Now this tenant is integrated with Azure AD, which is here. This is the tenant I'm using here in this case. So the integration is with this Azure AD environment. So all the users, all the managers, every information that we're going to pull after this point, because this is the CSV that is coming from outside Azure AD. It's not coming from within Azure AD. What we're going to do now is going to come from within Azure AD using the IAM capabilities of this tool. All you have to do is go here, where you can either certify, revoke, delegate, and auto-delegate, but you will be able to auto-delegate or delegate to users if you have the manager's information present against each user here, which in this case, you don't see that. So let's find out who's the manager so we can go ahead and do the auto-delegate function, which I'll show you how to do. So fetch manager. Now there are 2 options here. Either you can get the user status from Azure for each of these IDs here, because these are the unique identifiers that we are using, the email ID. And you can also pull the most current manager of these IDs within your IAM, in this case, Azure AD. So since our target is the manager so that we could do the assignment or delegation, we'll just click yes to that and wait for a few seconds because it takes the system to make a query to Azure AD and find out manager for each line item here, for each user here. So please note, no manager for these three, and there is one manager, G. Greyjack. I'm just going to refresh that and see if I have the information. So voila, there you go. User manager is directly coming from Azure AD that this is the manager this person is reporting to. Tahir used to report to G. Greyjack, but now it has changed to kashif@alphatech.com.pk because now Azure AD as an IAM tool has a different manager, and that's the current information that we have within the organization. And these two people, they also have the manager in IAM. Now that we have these managers all aligned with these users, we can use the auto-delegate function, which will, once confirmed, it's going to send out or push out emails to these managers now, letting them know that they have to participate in an audit, either by certifying or revoking access to these users, or by further delegating out to more people if the need be. And that information will be shown here under delegated actions.
Wow. So
now,
this fetch user manager saved the customer ample amount of time, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So let's wrap it up there, and we'll let people contact us, and we'll solve their identity attestation problems. But what's relevant, Kashif, let's sum it up for us, is we're taking information from the HR, right? We're then also taking information and doing the attestation on a completely different resource, and then utilizing the IAM by updating the user's manager information, and then doing auto delegation for attestation. A lot of work, but powerful. Great stuff, Kashif, and great work this week. All right, thanks.